All right, thank you for joining us for our post-game press conference following Long Beach State's contest with UC Santa Barbara. We're joined by Chris Acker and student athletes Andrew Nagy and Austin Johnson. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then open it up for questions.
Yeah, obviously another frustrating 2-point loss, but we're not going to be that program that gets bitter or gets down. I'm very proud of the way that these guys bounced back from our UCR game here against Santa Barbara. Again, credit to Santa Barbara. They came in our home on the road and came out with a 2-point victory. And so, we have to regroup and figure out how we can put ourselves in better position to win the next one. That's the mentality. So I'm proud of the effort that we put out there on the floor. Obviously, it wasn't enough for us to come out with a W, but we're going to continue to grind and continue to work. And I know these guys are all in for it. So.
This one's for the two players. When you're in these games that are very close, they seem similar, right? The other team takes a little bit of lead, you guys come back. Does it feel different on the floor? Does it feel like you're growing even though the results are kind of similar?
Sort of, not really. Every time we get on the floor, whether it's a close game or whether we're down by 15, the work is really the same. The progression is really the same. Execution is still the same. We just keep playing hard, and that's really it. Like, it doesn't matter the moment, whether we're up, down. The execution is still the same.
I think that the only difference is that we're getting more connected down the stretch, and we're not wavering as much. Even in those hard moments, I think we were down 10, and we still kind of stayed together. And I think earlier in the season, that's something we struggled with.
This one goes for both of the players. Kind of just take me through kind of both sides. How much of a toll does it kind of take with these like close losses stacking up? But then also you're kind of just right on the cusp in a lot of these games. Kind of just talk about both sides of that.
It's tough. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all and tell you, we're just next one. No, it's tough. Like each loss, is just as heavy as the last four. Whether it's we're playing Caltech or we're playing Gonzaga, it doesn't matter. We just want to win. So, every time we step on the court, that's the main goal. So we just look for the next one, and that's all we can do is get back to work.
Yeah, I think we really just gotta every time we have to move on and just get back to work, prepare for the next one. It's really hard, but we take a day to rest, and then we come back ready to play.
Coach, you didn't lose more than 2 in a row in 5 years at San Diego State. How are you dealing with these long losing streaks, and how are you able to get to sleep at night going through all this?
I think the most important thing for me is understanding that I'm with a bunch of guys that are fighting for me every single day. And so when I think about how I feel, I always think about and have empathy for how these guys must feel, because they're the ones out there on the floor, using their bodies every single day and, listen to us bark at them every possession about where they need to be. And, they always respond the right way. And so I always say, in order to learn how to win, we didn't just win at San Diego State. That's a program that, over a long period of time, learn how to win and learn how to accept losing, and no matter what, stay the course. And so, I'm one of those guys that when we are winning and having success, I want to get back to work the next day and keep grinding. When we went on our 5-game winning streak earlier this year. It wasn't a celebration. We never thought we arrived. It was the mentality that, we have to get back to work and win the next one. And so I think my disposition is that, that's who I am. I just want to get back to work. I want to get back in the gym with the great group of guys that I have together and figure out how to help them win the next one. And, ultimately the goal is always to play till there's no games left. And so that's what we're constantly in search for every single day.
Coach, the outside shots didn't fall today like they have in the past, but really the front court kept you guys in it. Can you just talk a little bit about the effort that you saw from the guys next to you today and from DMX?
Yeah, I would say this, as far as shooting is concerned. I told these guys, when we started the year, I said, this program is going to be predicated on defending and rebounding. And no matter how we're shooting, we're going to be in the game. And I told him in halftime we were 0% from the three-point line, 28 or 25% from the field. We were playing horrible offense. We couldn't make a shot. And they were in the game. They were in a 5-point game. And so I think ultimately it's our identity that we're trying to figure out every single day, that's what wins games, is when you defend and rebound and take care of the basketball. And I think for us, for this group, one of the things that I talked to them about before the game is not – letting the lags continue throughout the course of the game. The game is a game of runs. A team's going to make a run. We're going to make a run, but we can't wallow in the mistakes that we made. We have to get to the next play. And I thought tonight was the best, one of the better games that we had where we just got to the next play. And as far as DMX was concerned, he did a tremendous job on the glass. But I'm really proud of Nagy. He came off the bench and gave us a spark. I mean, he had some great plays around the rim. And he's a freshman, and I coach him like he knows everything every single day. And DMX is essentially a freshman because it's the first year he plays. So I coach these guys like they've been playing basketball forever, and I realize this is year one of college basketball for them. So I'm going to continue to coach them hard. I'm going to continue to expect them to respond the right way. And ultimately we'll get to the point where I'm not coaching so hard and they already got it figured out. But until that moment, I'm going to stay on them.
Coach, continuing on my first question and also the coaching, you keep finding yourself in these situations. With this group, as you're talking last time, we talked about the growth, right? With this group, are you able to kind of look at the film and think about late game situations as well as not just like the overall growth of the group? The last two games, you don't have any timeout, so you're stuck in these situations. Do you look at it that way?
No, we actually got better the last two games. We knew exactly what we were going to do because we knew we were going to be in the last two games. So we ran 2 sets, one to Dev and one to Dev again, and then we had Kmart coming off a stagger on the backside. And they just did a great job guarding, and Dev just missed a layup. So because we knew going back to I forget whoever it was we played here that we were going to be in close games, we started working on things that we needed to do to win those games. So the ball was directed. The guys executed. The ball just didn't go in. So hats off to Santa Barbara for getting that done. But the stress of it is, we have opportunities throughout the course of the game to not put ourselves in those situations. But we know at some point the ball's going to turn. We're going to make shots and things are going to fall our way. We just keep believing.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good answer, Coach. Good answer.